Hey guys, so I'm back with yet another Q&A video. So I'm getting some of the questions from the fellow colleagues as well as the freshers to the industry in all the videos. So I'm just collecting all those questions and trying to answer some of the questions in this video. So let's jump into the video. Okay, the first question is which laptop should I buy? Okay, there is no specific laptop and desktop. If you want a machine, you should check on some of the configurations, and I'm not first of all, I'm just trying to tell you I'm not a very much knowledgeable person in the technical kind of system requirements and all kind of stuff. I will just give you some of the informations which I searched in internet and I got to know. So if you are it all depends on your budget. Okay, so if you want to buy a laptop or a machine within a price range that a company can afford, then you can go for that. Or if you are looking for a laptop which is minimal kind of budget, then you should check certain requirements or specifications and buy a laptop. So I have mentioned in all the videos description the link of the laptop which I am using, and also the monitor and keyboard mouse which I am using, so you can have a look at that link and get a reference. So there are certain criteria that you should explore for your specific kind of work. So if you are a modeler, you should have certain specifications for your or requirements for your PC. So or if you are an FX artist, there are certain specifications you should explore for buying your laptop or the machine for you. So always check for a display. If you are buying a laptop, you should buy a laptop with a display of 1920 into 1080 minimum. So your laptop's display should be full HD. So if you are buying a desktop or additional monitor, you can opt for a 4K monitor if possible, if you have a budget, or else you can take a full HD monitor with a good color calibration. Possibly just go for a 27-inch, or minimum just go for a 24-inch, so that there will be no differentiation between certainly your office will be having 27 inch. I guess most of the offices or most of the studios will have a 27-inch monitor, so you should opt for 27-inch or 24-inch minimum. So this is the info of display. And for if you consider RAM is a most important thing you should consider when you're buying a laptop or a PC for you. So I would recommend you you should opt for at least 16 GB of RAM. Nowadays most of the laptops comes with a variant of 16 GB or 32 GB. So if you buy a laptop with 16 GB also, later you can upgrade that into 32 GB also. So keep that in mind when you buy a new laptop. So next thing is processor. So there is a talk if you are taking laptop for a video game kind of work or something related to graphics kind of work, so you should opt for AMD. So I don't know how, to what extent this is correct, but most people prefer AMD for graphics work, because I have used AMD as well as I have used Intel also. Right now I'm using Intel. So if you want to learn more about those kind of specifications, just go and search in internet or take any advices from any specialist people of hardware technicians or any system admins. So I'm not the right person who will tell you go and buy AMD, and only if you are going to buy a laptop, you should go and buy a processor which is latest in the industry or market. So if you are going to buy Intel, then opt for i7 or minimum i5. I would prefer you should opt for i7, or nowadays i9 is in the market. So definitely you should opt for i7. I didn't explore recently about AMD, so you should definitely, I will tell you you should buy the recent model or the most advanced model in the market currently. So So and the next thing, if you are buying a laptop, always check the battery backup. So laptop battery backup is very necessary, so always check that before you buy any laptop kind of things. And graphics card is really important, so always buy a laptop with minimum 4 GB of graphics card. And graphics card is all depending on your budget. So if you have high-end budget, or if you are going to do a lot of gaming kind of stuff, you should opt for a higher benchmark of graphics card. So I am using GTX, I guess so, and with a 4 GB graphics memory. So all these things you should definitely keep in mind while you buy a laptop or a system or a desktop PC. So budget is the main thing. Like if you are going to buy a laptop or a PC, you should definitely explore further in the internet. There are a lot of videos in YouTube which reviews the recent models of laptops and PCs. So definitely I'm not the right person who will guide you about the correct laptop or the correct specifications for your system. You should take a lot of time exploring in internet before buying a laptop or any kind of system, because you are investing a lot of money in that and you should get that benefits from that. So that is my advice on the first question, like which laptop should I buy. So moving on to the second question, can I get a job in the Indian film industry for the technical parts like VFX, etc.? So I think this question comes from a fresher. So now I can tell like our industry is in so much downward situation because of the crisis. Most of the studios, so I heard like some of the studios are laying off, and there are no openings for freshers. So this year might be a bad time for you to jump into the industry, but it's very easy for you to get a job in visual effects industry. Because why? I will tell you why. Because there is no entrance test or there is no specific examination to get into the industry or to get a job in visual effects, because it is very easy. It's all depends on your passion and your hard work. So if you are very dedicated, you will get a job soon, as well as you can survive in that job further. So it's very easy, man, to get a job. Okay, the next question is like what's the scope of BSc in animation and graphic designing in India? So I chose all these questions because all these questions are coming from freshers who is seeing my videos and just thinking like getting into the industry. So that's why I just took all these questions and answering all these things, so that it will be useful for them. So the question is like, what is the scope of BSc in animation? So I will tell you, like when I was studying, degree doesn't matter in the industry. It's like so much job opportunities were there. So if you have a diploma also, it was fine. But I will tell you, like when you further promoted in your career as well, if you are trying to move into another company or another country for job, so that time degree is definitely needed. So I will definitely tell you, like BSc in animation and graphic designing is really good. And talking about my career, I started like consisting of all these things: graphic designing, basic editing, web designing, basic web designing, 2D animation, 3D animation, visual effects, everything was there. I learned all this stuff, so it definitely helped me in my career. So I will definitely suggest you should go for BSc in animation and graphic designing. Definitely it will help you in your career. And while studying also, just don't rely completely on your educational materials which you are getting from your classroom or your institute. Always search more in internet, and there are a lot of free stuff available in internet. Make use of that. Along with your institute education, make use of all these free materials or free courses available in internet. So yeah, that will help in your career. So definitely a degree is really needed. And the degree which you mentioned is like BSc in animation and graphic design. Definitely it's helpful, because you will learn a lot of stuff in graphic designing. Why I'm telling graphic designing is important, because when you want to become a compositor, graphic designing helps actually, because color sense and color theory, all these things will definitely help you to become a good compositor. So yeah, that's my stand on degree in animation or graphic designing. Okay, next question is like, what's the best software for 3D rendering and animation? Okay, this question is like really relevant, because if you want to get into the 3D kind of work or 3D kind of industry, you should know all the softwares I will give you some of the examples of the softwares. Maya, Softimage, I guess Softimage is there, then 3ds Max is there, Blender is there, Cinema 4D is there, and there are some other softwares also. I guess Maya is the most used software in the industry, but if you want to start learning animation or rendering or any kind of 3D works, you should opt for Blender, because Blender is a free application or free software which you can readily download from internet and start learning today itself, because now Blender is becoming very competitive with Maya and Max, because the output producing from Blender is very much it's really superb. So there are a lot of tutorials available in YouTube, and there are a lot of courses also in internet. So make use of all those free materials and start learning Blender today. I heard like in Blender we can do anything, even we can do compositing Blender, but there are a lot of bugs in that. I heard like that. I never did anything in Blender. I have started learning Blender. Even I am a fresher in Blender, I can tell that. So I have interest in 3D animation and all those things, so I have just started learning Blender. So I will definitely suggest you to start learning Blender, or if you want to get into the industry, or if you want to start a job, you should consider learning Maya, because Maya is an industry relevant software and most of the companies are using Maya. So if you want to think like a future kind of, or if you want to follow your passion by learning some new software, definitely start with Blender, because it will really help you in future. Also, I just remember there is another software which is very much advanced now, Unreal Engine, because I guess like Unreal Engine and Blender is the future. So definitely start learning these softwares. Also have knowledge of Maya, because that is also an masterpiece of software. So if you want to start learning 3D rendering or animation kind of works, start with Blender today itself. I'm there with you. I have started learning Blender. So these all are some of the questions which is asked in my channel. So I'm making all this kind of Q&A because to help new joinees or the freshers starting in the industry, also to give some information to my colleagues who is already working in the industry. So if you guys like this kind of video, just support my channel, like the content, and share with your friends who wants to get into the industry. So see you in another video. Till that, take care. Bye bye.